Hello everybody. I'm very quickly just assembling some material and then we're going to kick off. Today we are going to do a short and sweet. Meaning that we are here for the good times, not for the long times. Whoa, Dr. Hillbilly! That's the way, bud.
Hey coach, what it do?
I'm not having a lot of luck with King's Gambit games. I must admit that it's not looking pretty. Oh, I like this game a lot. Okay. We're nearly good to go, guys. We're nearly good to go. Alright, I think, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to kick off. In order to do that, thank you, Seb Chess, thank you. Yes, the fam is well. Whoa, that's a bit dark. That is a bit dark, isn't it? Alright. Okay, ladies, King's Gambit on the menu, and there is a surprise twist for me today with this mini lecture. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, Random Miller Guide. Yeah, usually my YouTube videos are surprisingly good. Actually, that's not the surprise. The surprise is that they're not getting watched. Right, so I just got sent a game by Rengao, because that's how life is. You do stuff, and then Rengao comes along and sends you some amazing stuff, and then you are happy, and then life goes on. And the circle continues. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to kick off, believe it or not, by looking at a game played by the one and only David Press. And so the first game of the King's Gambit, Shimazoli, is going to be... Who was it that just followed me? Thank you. A David Press game. D4, yep. G4, yep. That was X/Psychic. Thank you, thank you. Bishop F4. So this is the true King's Gambit spirit, guys. When we obtain center, we obtain rapid development, and we care not about material. This is a type of chess, by the way, that every single person who wants to learn chess properly should go through very early on, because this is the ultimate opportunity to plant the seed of the global understanding of material is not your ultimate calling card when you want to understand what's going on in a game of chess. And unfortunately, what tends to happen in most cases is that most people will start engaging with chess with the idea of trying to grow and develop. They do get that concept that material is their first port of call every time they want to know what's going on a chessboard. And as a result of that, there is a lot of misguided evaluation happening in their games, and also, yeah, just the back to front thinking process altogether. Okay, and by the way, this is very harmful and difficult to undo. That's the biggest issue. So this is already looking like $1 million for White, who has got tremendous lead in development, and yeah, it just looks very, very delicious. It's quite ironic, by the way, if you go back, that hereabouts the engine tells you about -1, but David has nothing, just plays regular developing moves, right? Like knight c3, bishop c4, one side castle is gonna follow. Black played one acceptable, one very dodgy looking move. We are already quite far ahead. c6, e5, very logical. Queenside castles is logical. Kingside castles can't be played though, because then check picks off another piece. That's a notable idea. Can I ask someone to check if we are rolling on YouTube all fine and dandy as well, please? Tack tack. Check. g3 and queen g4. So this is a bit of a King's Indian dream. And please excuse me, I'm going to say King's Indian all the time instead of King's Gambit. I don't know why. Yeah, it's a King's Gambit dream. So we have finished development fully. The only thing that is missing from the jigsaw puzzle is castling. And our opponent has done nothing but moving the queen. And once again, I must go back to what I was telling you, that this is what you need to learn first. when you are engaging with chess. Because these types of games are the ultimate representation of what is right, what is wrong, and all of this presented through the glasses of material is irrelevant when you are this much ahead. Bishop e2. Okay. Queen g6, castles. Alright. 97 seems logical. Yep. 94, very logical. So now the knight is coming toward the soft dark squares. Bishop d5. And by the way, a very important thing to note is that when you are playing such positions, your objective, which is something that a lot of club players get completely wrong, your objective is almost never to regain the material and then, you know, have a sigh of relief that, oh, thank God we managed to recover what we sacked. No, that's not how this works. The idea is to just keep on increasing your pressure, attack whatever you can, and just, you know, play it as if you were up material, because it does look and feel that we are. Like a lot of people tunnel vision in these scenarios that they are thinking, ooh, I'm down a piece, so I better get it back as soon as possible. No, just play chess. Because you have pieces to play chess with. They do not. That's just garbage. Whoa, that's hot. But I think I like knight f6 more. Sorry, David. I think I really, really like something like, let's say knight g takes, king d8, then maybe just rook e1, with the idea of moving the bishop and then Matutsky. That looks very cool. And if bishop e6, I'm pretty sure I would drop a bomb on d7 too. What is the follow-up, guys, to dropping a bomb on d7? Is there enough there, or... Oh, yeah, gonna be outnumbered. Oh boy, this position is way, way too much fun. Way too much fun. Yeah, that's right. So we take, they take back, and then we go in with queen e5. And what is really and truly sensational about this move, by the way, is its twofold effect, because it's super easy to see this threat, right? But what's harder to see was this threat. It was so hard to see, in fact, that I didn't see it either. And it turns out that queen g8, rook e1, followed by, I'm suspecting, bishop f5 is gonna be terminal. Also, queen d4 check looks quite dirty. Wow. This is so crazy. Okay, so let's see, I play a pass, yeah? The engine claims checkmate in 9 after bishop a6. Okay, let me play a different pass. Check here, king back. How do we win this, ladies? Bishop f5 looks very delicious. And queen b6 with queen b7 looks very delicious too. It's incredible that on paper we are a rook down, and in reality black can't move a muscle. Yep, that's right, x/, but the counter argument to that is that what if you don't find the precise defending moves, then you are losing the best chess game your opponent could have ever played, as in you, right? So the what if I don't find the best attacking moves is a valid proposition, but finding good attacking moves is infinitely easier than finding good defending moves. So as long as it's two equally matched players, the attack is always easier, and not by a little bit, infinitely. And by the way, the idea is that this is how you learn to find good attacking moves, right? Like, how else are you gonna do it? Anyway, let's go back into the game. So David played e6, which is also marvelous, trying to open up various additional files and diagonals. But this was probably a bit too speculative. Bishop c5 is very annoying indeed. Queen c3, yep. Knight f6, so now black has caught up. Yeah, finding good defending moves is easier when I'm attacking. Well, that's how you learn, friend. So now black has caught up, and what that means is that if you don't strike right now, like now, we're done. Right now you have to strike, and I'm telling you that without seeing white's next move because I'm right at the bottom of the panel. See? That's how you know that you are looking at a player who understands the rhythm, the tempo of the game. If you don't hit them right now, they are going to consolidate and you're done. So he goes after it by stacking even more. And that is incredibly instructive. CD. Bishop d3. So now we are a full rook down. Oh, I love this. Every time I say CD, my phone thinks I said Siri. Queen g8. Alright, please recommend a move, ladies. I want to move. Oh, how did you go, Paul? How did you go in the Idaho Open? Knight takes e6. Valid, and I love the move. Wasn't played though. So here is where finding good defensive moves becomes a point, right? So after knight e6, actually, one problem is that now I can take. And there is too much stuff coming off of the board, right? And now the attack is going to die out because we don't have enough stuff to attack with. But there is also this beautiful intermezzo move, bishop e3 check, to mess with the e file. And after bishop e3, queen e6. So, in order to avoid all of this, David played rook e1, a move that I like a lot. Yeah, that's a very clever resource, yes. When you are in the heat of attacking, people often forget that your opponent is also entitled to tactical ideas. And believe it or not, we are back to level. Speaking of, I'm playing in my first open section this Saturday versus expert A and B players. I have absolutely zero idea what that means. What advice would you give to me? Give me a 1400 USCF. Rock up, stay calm, enjoy your chess. That's it. Keep your expectations low. Very, very good piece of advice. Before the tournament, do like half an hour to an hour tactics every day. Try to stay as sharp as possible. I think it might have been one of David's junior game, yes. Okay, I need a move for white here, guys. So apparently an expert player is 2000. Wow, okay. Knight takes c5 is actually pretty bad. Who can tell me why? This is a very logical looking move, but it's not good at all. Sorry to jump on you for that, but I was Curious if anyone would walk into that mini trap. Yeah, so knight c5 is bad on account of rook e1, and when you play queen e1 I can take back the knight on c5, and we traded a lot. Welcome in, Nikolai Pavlov, by the way. Bishop f5 is a brilliant move. I absolutely love this. This is the typical attacking move that you always enjoy making so much, because it just adds a lot more threats to the already existing ones. It creates a semi-pin. It just makes black's defense an absolute misery. Very good stuff. Unfortunately, queen a5 doesn't quite cut it. Hey, Pavlov. Because after bishop b6, the best we can do is to pull back and repeat. I just got back from a night shift. That's all good, man. Perhaps it's better to sleep, but if you want to watch, that's also super awesome. Bishop f5 played. No, I'm lying. Bishop f5 played d4. And I need another super sexy move here. What is making my neck itchy, guys? What is going on here? I don't know. Something maybe is rubbing against my neck. We have got some very aggressive humans in the chat. And indeed, queen takes c5. The queen Saccarino exploiting the power of the bishops is just absolutely sensational. Again, this is the move that many adult improvers, for want of a better term, would be reluctant to play unless they can see mate, because they are scared to lose material. Whereas the right attitude is excitement. You wanna play this, because if it works, your name will be written in chess books for eternity. Now, obviously, the idea was to go for this sensational checkmate, but black is not here to glorify us, so they try to mess with our plans. But we now are going to gobble up enough material, and white goes on to win. Not bad. Sergeant, that is such a cool comment. I was cheering for black. Yeah. You picked the wrong. You picked the wrong guy, buddy. You picked the wrong guy. Ah, that was funny. That was funny. Oh wow. Okay, the next game I really like, and I will tell you why, but then I want to answer this question. Shouldn't David have tried rook e6? Well, it would be handy for me to know which point, but I'll try to figure out what you mean. Oh, you mean here rook e6 with the idea of rook check and mate? That's a very good call. That is a brilliant call. And the answer is a yes. They should have. Yeah, that's very cool, man. Hey, Smurfette. Wow. You know what's epic about it is not that there is a threat. The epic things about this is that there is no defense. Because what you guys don't see yet is that after rook e8 there is a complete genius way to break through with the attack here. Wow! We are glorifying David here like mad. Good old Davo is becoming a hero, and rightly so. So, any ideas of how to convert this? This is a super awesome attack. Cha-cha chess. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the Raiderino. Appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in. We are doing a bit of a masterclass arena about the King's Gambit, and you are absolutely invited to join and enjoy. Thank you, thank you. How's things? 97. Wait, I'm trying to read. What? Knight e7? It's white to move, yeah? And neither side can move any knights to e7. So I'm confused. Can we give that another go, please? Whoa, Anon! Thank you so much for chucking a gifty at Cha-Cha Chess. Cheerio. Rook f6 does win a piece, that's correct, but there's an even better move here than that. There's an even better move here than that. Yeah, Rook f6 wins the house because they can't retake, because then Queen c5 is mate. But ironically, there is a better move. There is a better move than that. And if no one is giving a shot, then I'm going to do this because we want to move on. It's Queen a5, guys. And we insist on Matutski. And when they play Bishop b6... Oh, I missed that. Sorry if you said that, slash psychic. I didn't see that anyway. Did you? I'm scrolling the chat back. I don't see it anyway. Rook takes. Oops. Pawn takes is gonna be made down here, and knight takes is gonna be made down here as well. Matutski! Alright, well, okay, that was done dusted, and now we are truly going to move on to our next game. Which I find really instructive for all of you who would like to try your hand with, well, not necessarily King's Gambit, but just playing proper chess. Yes, Epchess, Kisheretsky not happening anymore. How I pawns! Welcome in, buddy. So, the reason why I love this game is because in order to find some lovely knockouts, which was the purpose of this whole masterclass, let's call it that, I researched games where one side was at least 2400 in order to create a knowledge gap that allows, you know, beautiful games to come to the fore. However, to my greatest shock, this was one of the first games that popped up in the database, and it's actually, as you can see, the black player who is 2400 plus and is going to go down in flames. Welcome back in, Chess Zebra. I have been doing my things. You were absent. So yeah, here we go. Just give me a sec. Alright, so King's Gambito, d6, d4. Apologies for that. Now, King's Gambit is very, very rare. Yep, h4 is always on the menu. Oh, come on, that's not a move. So most players here usually go for knight g5 and sack the piece. And then play this type of gambit position, which admittedly, if you are an engine, you are likely to win this against white. But it's a very, very difficult defensive task. Yeah, so knight g1 is a little bit lackluster. I don't like this. Not exactly in the spirit of the opening, yeah? Bishop f4, good. Check g3, yep. Bishop f6, yep. Knight c3, obvious, yeah? Yep. c6. Now this really looks to me like an absolutely terrible scenario for black. I don't understand how we ended up here because I was busy texting. So knight g1, which is like, you go like really yak yak yak. You won't believe what the engine reckons is the best move here for black. It's queen f6 to defend the f4 pawn. I mean, these are the moves. This is the reason why people play the King's Gambit. So I'm not going to even bother looking at that. But bishop e7 is apparently real bad because here black loses a lot of time in development. And now white has a marvelous center, rapid development. The black bishop on f6 is misplaced. It's going to be problem after problem after problem. The only issue that we have as white is the development of the g1 horsey because these squares have been denied from us. What would you play here for white, guys? Like, what would be your next move? Queen d2 is perfect. Queen d2 is the name of the game. Bishop c4 is not bad, actually. I don't dislike it. The reason why queen d2 is to be preferred here is because we are very likely to castle here. So here is something I would tell people, but this is actually a little bit difficult to fully grasp. But hear me out here. So if you say bishop c4, knight e2, I would tell you this. Yes, fine. You are developing your army. It's all beautiful, perfect, and that's what we are looking to do, right? However, and yeah, I feel bad for saying this, but I think it's quite instructive. If then I ask you again, okay, you play bishop c4 and then knight e2, but what then? Then the only argument you have to you know, pursue this idea is that, well, I have to develop those pieces and those are the best squares, aren't they? And you go like, yes, but then let's have a look if there is something else to be prioritized, because if we prioritize instead queen d2 castles, we might be able to break with an early e5 and utilize the early opening of the d file. So, you know, it's all good that, yeah, I want to develop, and obviously these are the squares we want to go to, but there is difference between development and development. And here, it might be more important at the moment to castle here and immediately prepare for a break on e5. Okay, let's move on. 97, castles. Knight g6, very logical. So to demonstrate a point, for example, okay, I can't go to d7. Let me think about something slightly more playable. Bishop e6. Now d5 is a very likely severely damaging idea. You couldn't have done it efficiently with bishop c4 knight e2 because there is no backup threat. Right, like here, sorry, takes, and now both have to take, and then obtaining the e5 looks very good to me. But even knight b5 looks delicious here. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for castling queenside early. Wanted to ask, what's the effective way to train pattern recognition? By doing, for example, puzzles that are based on certain patterns and motifs. Like the Checkmate Patterns Manual is the biggest bestseller of Chessable courses for a very good reason. What is the other one? The Tikkanen one. The oh, what is that puzzle book called? Help me out. Woodpecker. Thank you. The Woodpecker is a similar concept. But yeah, just in general, as long as you are solving puzzles from a puzzle book that assembles puzzles around a certain theme, you are inevitably learning patterns. Right. Knight g6 was played. Bishop h6. Very nice. We don't want to give up bishop 4 knight. We cut out kingside castles. And also the knight on g6 is now a bit of a clumsy customer. b5. Bishop g2. Now it's just develop, develop, develop. White has a sensational position here. Okay, what would you do here, guys, for white? A crucial point in the game and a super important move. Wow, everyone is jumping at me with e5. We're not going here. Yeah, the Polgar book is a brilliant one. e5, very good. We break the center. We have got diagonals, files to work with. It's time to strike. But what do we do after this? And this is the key move. By the way, white played this game like an absolute goddess. And I'm saying that because I think it's a lady. Nicole, likely. Knight b5. Can't argue with that. Wasn't played. Was not played. And in fact, is not best, believe it or not. Best is knight e4, centralizing the horsey. That is just a beaut. So the logical question now is that, okay, I've fine, knight e4, but what's your threat, buddy? Well, amongst others, we can take on f6, queen takes, and then take on e5, and that has opened up Pandora's box and the d file. And if knight e5, then after bishop g5, we are going to have that thing that I think a few people refer to as the Morphy mate. That is pretty spectacular. And so black had to drop back. What do we do now? The attack is raging, but we still need to be playing precise moves in order to land the deadly blow. It's not time for the deadly blow yet. Bishop g7 is a very good move here. Bishop g7, rook h8, rook h7. Absolutely great stuff. Second best according to the machine. What else would come to mind? d5 instead of horse it to e4. Yeah. I will give you this. It's cool. Smurfett says queen e2. Who am I to argue? For some reason, queen e1 is the machine's preference. Not a lot of difference I notice or detect between the two moves. The idea being we want to take on e5 with a tempo, and now our two heavies are beautifully exploiting the two open files that are about to be cracked open. Unfortunately, our player here made a slight mistake by playing queen f2 instead, which is still completely winning, but it's less effective here because here there is no threat, right? But on the e-file, you always are eyeing with the black king, and there will be lots of discoveries and pins and delicious things. Queen c7. Rook f1. Yeah, this looks a little bit flimsy, but in the end of the day, it does work. One would be far more satisfied by bringing the other rook to f1, but you can't have it all. Is queen e2 trash or not? No. Completely winning. It was a gorgeous move. Just like the person who recommended it. Walking Dad, thank you. So yeah, rook f1. Rook f1, and now Matutsky on f7 is rather problematic to stop. Hikaru over Magnus, thank you for the follow. Oh, you're blushing. Well, see? Can't help myself. Even in the midst of a stream, I am the ultimate gentleman who doesn't drop the opportunity to compliment a lovely lady. I think queen e1 had more to do with the control of some of these squares. I think the knight was not part of the equation there, but I don't want to go into engine decisions because we are humans. Bishop f8 played. I mean, this is the point when you realize that this is a tough day in the office when you have to play bishop f8. You are right. Bishop d8 loses beautifully actually to knight d6 check. I will show that to chat. And the knight is immune to checkmate. Ouch! As in, the knight is immune to capture because of the checkmate. That is sexy. What about bishop b4? What would you do here, folks? Oh, yeah, that's it. Shout out to the legend herself, Craven. Okay, just any move. Queen f6. Okay, I take it. Knight f6 looks very good. Bishop g5 is probably the deadliest. Because after the check, you will have a discover check to follow it up with. Or some other dirties. Alright. Robert.
You have a very penis-shaped head.
I would like to gently remind you, buddy, that I am broadcasting this to YouTube. So next time, please use some more concealed language. And whatever makes you happy, buddy. As long as you are throwing the biddies at me, I will take the compliments. Check. King d8. Bishop g5. I would have played here, I reckon, d to go after the king. But bishop g5 goes after the king too. Bishop e7. Queen back to d2. I mean, I guess. Yep, check. Yep. Oh, that is what we like. Ah, dang it. I should have asked you to find this move. What's the idea, ladies? What's the idea? Hey Jess, how are you going, buddy? Yeah, bishop f5. Let's get those coordinates correct. Bishop f5 is the threat. So the master played, I guess it's an IM. Played with queen d8. Check. King up. Who can see the finish? What a lady! Nicole Tannon. Take a bow, baby. Take a bow. Wowzers. Wowzers. Never heard of this lady, but I'm a fan. Nicole Tannon, born 20 February 1950, is a French women FIDE master, 7 times French women's chess champion medalist. I mean, no wonder she's playing like a bomb. She is playing like a bomb, man. New hero. American Troll, welcome in. Are you upset that Kyrie let all of Australia down in the finals? I don't think it was him. Unfortunately, as much as it hurts me to say, the Boston was just a better team. They would win that finals 10 out of 10. Which sucks because I wanted Luka to win a ring, and I don't know if it's ever going to happen, to be honest. But it is what it is. Yeah, we looked at that type of attacks method before you arrived. That was already on the menu.
I think Bogut is better than Kyrie.
Yeah, Bogut is definitely a solid player. I don't think he's better, but, you know, I value your opinion. Now, I did show once on stream one of the greatest games ever played by Shirov. But I can't help myself but to show you this again. It's very, very famous, though. So perhaps many of you will be like, yeah, we have seen this already. But maybe you haven't. So let's give it a crack. Let's give it a crack. And this is going to be none other than the Muzio Gambito, ladies. Who can tell me the best move here according to theory for white? E5! Let's go, baby! And now we are going to use the multiplier. Just dream on 121. Welcome in, and we are going to go for the dub. That is the dub Muzio, ladies and gents. The dub Muzio. And I will repeat myself. This is the type of chess that people should see first and foremost. This is what you should grow up on. This is the real deal. Right. King f7. What's the move? What's the move, ladies? Remind me again. Absolutely, it is theory. I mean, obviously, with the presence of the engines, we know that this loses for white if we play 400 perfect moves. d4 is theory, correct? The idea being that after queen takes d4, played, bishop e3 is possible, and now this is not capturable due to the pin. Queen f6, bishop takes f4. I don't know queen g7. What do you mean, Smurfett? You are welcome to give me a PGN if I'm missing something. And king e8 is playable, but I think from memory it's not best. By the way, just a gentle reminder to everyone about how beautiful and complex chess is. At this point, with 2 pieces down, according to the engine, the evaluation is 0.3. Just FYI. Okay, king e8 played. Knight c3, no-brainer. And good luck, black, for holding. Okay, I want moves from here on out for white. Let's go. Let's see how you attack. Knight e5 or rook e1? They are roughly of equal value. I'm lying. Knight e5 is a heap better. Knight e5 is actually a lot better. Yeah. Played queen g6. And this is the key move, according to the machine, which, by the way, Shirov did not find. It is actually a shocking move. I don't know if anyone would find this for white in this position. So the natural moves are knight c7 and rook check, right? And probably most people would be attracted to the check idea first, because it seems to mess up the defense. But it turns out that after check knight e7, black is going to survive. If you take this, there's not a lot to be done here. If you take this d6, and now black survives. In fact, the better move here is to pull the knight back and go after the king, rather than taking the rook, which is quite insane. But if we go back here, some people were saying bishop g5, but you must remember that there will be a check coming here, or an immediate knight e7 cutting the rook, diagonal off. That being said, this was the right idea. And according to the machine here, after d6, black is holding on. Although even this position looks incredibly sketchy. Can you please not type in all caps? And no, it's not efficient. That's exactly the point. It's inefficient because you lose an attacker. It's efficient if the only measuring stick you have in chess is material, which is exactly what we are arguing against. The idea behind playing knight b5 here instead of taking the rook, well, not here rather, where was it? Was it here? No, it wasn't here. Where was that line? Oh yeah, it was here, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. I forgot it. But the idea was to go bishop c7 check and then drop the knight back to d6. I think it was with knight e7, wasn't it? I think it was this. Yeah. No, it was this one. So the idea here, the thing that you get to do with this that you don't get to do with knight a8 is check followed by knight d6 mate. Well, it's not mate, but it wins the queen. It's quite difficult to grasp, and yeah, you would need to spend hours analyzing that to completely come around with that. Even I'm not fully convinced, but let's just accept it now. So, incredibly enough, guys, the best move according to the machine in this position is bishop g3. Jesus. Yeah, you are right, Cheslava, that's mate, yeah. I missed the queen f8 in the end. Bishop g3. The good old adage of instead of executing a threat, adding a new one is quite wild. And the point is, it's quite similar to the game, by the way, is that let's say bishop is... Actually, let's go bishop c5. King h1. So the issue that black is facing, that if I play a no move, then it's mate. It literally is checkmate on the back rank. Look at this. Check. And no, I'm not blundering a queen. I'm giving you a checkmate instead. Hello? And so, this rook e1 threat is almost unstoppable. Apparently black's best is to drop the bishop back to e7. You then play rook e1, again introducing the queen f8 mate threat. And it's struggle down. d6 check, king d7. This is an interesting line, especially because I'm gonna sneeze. Rook f7. And this is a very good time, by the way, to teach a lesson again to those who are prone to count material. That, as far as I'm concerned, white is 2 rooks, a bishop and a knight up here. No, I generally consider when someone types in all caps is that they accidentally press the caps lock. That's how I type in all caps, so I'm not too fussed about it. And yeah, here black is not completely dead yet because they can escape after like sacrificing 7,000 pieces, but obviously this doesn't look like a joyride. What's the John Dory today? Is that a different way to say agenda? So yeah, this position is a lot of fun to play. Shirov instead went with check. Oh sheesh, I didn't change the title for the Twitch. Why didn't you tell me that, bozos? I mean, you lovely humans. Check. And bishop e7 was the catastrophic blunder. Apparently knight e7 here is quite playable. Yeah, and that's where we entered this variation. Yeah, this is pretty wild stuff. But Shirov became ridiculously famous because he landed the ultimate blow here. If you have the winning move here, which is super sexy, just type in an exclamation mark this time around instead of the move. Let's not spoil it for everyone else. No exclamation marks in the chat yet. Hello, Lilian Napper. Oh, Smurfette has it. Oh, she claims it. Is my flicking screen visible to the chat, by the way? Isn't it an ultimate sign that your computer is getting hacked? Good, okay. Bishop takes c7 is a little bit too timid. Because what you need to observe here is that any bishop move, except for the two that moves the bishop on the e-file, so any bishop move creates this threat. So in this case, the best type of thinking for you to conduct is that, okay, so let's go bishop random. What's their best move to prevent the mate on f8? That move is d6. Thank you, lone friend, for not typing in the solution. I love you. And so bishop d6 is the move. Because it prevents d6. And now the queen f8 mate is absolutely a devastating threat. And luckily for us, the opponent walked into a super spectacular checkmate instead of, you know, trying to wiggle out of the mate, but walking into the dead loss position with like a knight move. And yeah, this was not a bad finish at all for a game of chess. Not bad, not bad.
Hey Andres, do you find it hard to concentrate on chess while being so extremely good looking?
No, on the contrary, I find it very easy. I just feel sorry for you guys because you constantly get distracted by my shining beauty. And shining was a pun intended there, by the way. So yeah, nah, it's a concern for you, not for me, guys. And thank you for the 100 biddies, by the way. Okay, I found something very, very, very cool. Oh boy. Okay, let's do this. You guys will like this one. You guys will like this one. In particular, Smurfette will enjoy this. And again, by the way, it's the losing side who is 2400 plus. So this is one of the old Steinitz variations where we allow the check. Usually it is done by playing bishop c4, because then at least white gets to play king f1 rather than having to walk to e2. And then we score a few tempi on the queen, which is the idea behind this. Vanitas the God, welcome in. But knight c3 is just extremely provocative. d6, knight f3. By the way, for context, usually black immediately throws d5 in here in these positions.
Your handsome face is so distracting for me, it's hard to tune in.
With ideas like this, rapid development and trying to exploit the awkward king. Thank you, Mr. Oppenheimer. So bishop g4, d4. So there are some very famous Steinitz games where he took on f4 and then played king e3 to hang the queen. In fact, Short played at least one game like that he won against really high quality opponents. Knight d5, king d8. So now both kings are somewhat compromised, shall we say. King d3, no worries. Out of the pin, hanging the queen somewhat, because our queen is hanging too, so it's still quite funny. This is not the type of stuff that you teach beginners, by the way, in strong contrast. Now that is a cheeky bugger move. Wow. Hangs the queen and threatens queen a5 check. Hello? How cool is that? Wow, that is so cool. Welcome to Principal Chess, ladies and gentlemen. This is mint. This is absolute mint. Guess the evaluation. Guess the eval right now. Type in numeric evaluation. I dare you. I dare you. It is absolutely amazing. There are some experienced customers in the house. 000 is always the ultimate answer. 000, guys. That's it. Which is always ridiculous because, you know, 000 if both sides play perfect moves. That's not gonna happen. The line goes with takes, d5 check, king d3, bishop d6, Yeah, very throwerish stuff, right? Very throwerish. Okay, let's go back to what happened in the game. That's actually the game. But now we have queen e1 check. And now we jumped up from 000 to 3.8. To white. Hello? Yeah, my screen keeps on flashing. I think I'm getting hacked. Should I be concerned about getting hacked? Ah, whatever. Okay, king back to d3. King c8. Winning move, please. Let's go. Winning move, please. Let us go. Oh my god, it's insane. Wow. This is wild. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the move of the day. Actually, rather the follow-up, which is why it's so hard to find. Bishop f4, but what do you do if I take the queen, buddy? The rook rather, excuse me. Wow, I didn't know this game. This is complete bananas. I did not know this game. This is such a troll game, but it's beautiful. By the way, I am surprised a little bit about how, you know, the evaluation indicates that we are completely killing it. But I just realized now that other than the fact that we have a lot of tactical sources, we are up material. So the idea, guys, is that we take this. And when they take the rook, you pull the king back to introduce the deadly bishop a6. Hello. Wow. Apparently best move for black is queen f1. They played bishop e2 instead here, which is probably even better. The classic double rook sack. Wow. And mate in 6. Jeez, Louise. Woo. Okay, he missed the mate in 2 here, but bishop takes and then queen f8. That's kind of embarrassing. And so he went for the scenic route. Woo! Where is my money?
Show me the money!
Oh, that's a very famous Warengao. I know this. As that evergreen perpetual check game. Everyone knows that. But boy, this was something else. Oh, see, I just need to ask. Sam Chess, thank you. Money. There you go. You ask nicely and you get. That's how it works. And I'm sure I asked very nicely. Where is my money? Nah, I might put it on, but I find that game always a little bit anticlimactic with the draw in the end. That just somehow makes me go like, really? Like that's such a letdown in the end. Okay, instead, if you don't mind. Oh, Z Nation. Yeah, and that was that one that he's particularly proud of. Like, he just had his backside handed to him. Alright, Big Z, this one is for ya. Just because I love you. Oh, maybe it's not. Give me a sec. I need to close down some chess-based windows so that I only have 47 of them open. That didn't work. For some reason, chess-base, surprise, surprise, is being a total douchebag to me. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This might actually be the last one for today, guys. So, King's Gambit. As per promise, this is all theory. Theory, 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 theory. Yada, yada, yada. E5, rook E8. Bishop B5. Knight back. Ugly. Don't play chess like that ever. Castles. C6. Bishop back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, how do we take back on E5? F-pawn, D-pawn, or the knight? Special credit if you vote for the D-pawn because that's illegal. So what is the correct recapture? I'm not chess lover, too late, buddy. I already trapped you in, so... I trapped you already in, buddy. I trapped you in. And there are more and more people falling for my good old trap. Every time coach asks what is the right recapture, you know that the answer is no recapture. No recapture. Exactly. And yet I managed to trap a fair few of you. Haha. The glory days, ladies. Of course it's bishop takes f7. I mean, what else? Hello? Hello? Knight g5 is second best, to be fair to all of you. But when you have bishop f7, you don't play knight g5. So what's the follow-up? Remind me again. Okay, here is the second question. Do we play knight g5 or do we play queen b3? Which one is it? And now you are sitting there like, oh, so it's neither. Sheesh. Because we are falling for the next trick question. Well, that's it, that's it. Now I am living in your head rent-free. That's exactly what I wanted. Now, white is not Charlie. You can see the names of the players. This is actually a well-known Israeli IM, I think. Maybe GM by now. Both of these guys played a lot in Hungary in the first Saturday tournaments. In fact, let me check if it was played there. My chess base is not responding, of course, because it's a piece of poop. No, it was an Israeli championship. No, I tricked you again, better than ever. Because, in fact, the two moves are completely interchangeable. There's no difference. Absolutely zero difference. The game saw queen b3. And the reason why there's no difference, by the way, is because even after knight g5, you can't go backwards. Because then queen b3 is a false mate. So queen b3 cuts out from the equation king g8 because it's illegal. Knight g5 cuts it out because it's a false mate. And after king e7, technically knight g5 may be best, but fe was played, which is just as good. What do you mean first Saturday is the best place to farm rating? I don't get that. I played there about, I don't know, maybe 50 times. I don't recall farming or getting farmed. Alright, let's continue. How do we mate in 18 now? Yeah, my screen is going nuts. Absolute nuts. Knight g5, yes, baby! This is what we love in chess. Yeah, when your opponent plays a move to defend a threat, the first thing you do, does it actually defend the threat? Opposed to the sheepish, can't play knight g5 anymore, damn. No, I have not made my obligatory Hikaru video, and even if I made one, I wouldn't get 1 million views, by the way. Unfortunately, I'm very, very certain that for unknown reasons to me, but I'm sure there's a logic to it, the YouTube algorithm doesn't circulate my videos at all. Rook f7 check, correct. Let's go for a king hunt. Check, check here, and let's see if you can calculate it all the way to mate. That would be super impressive. Correct answer, Z Nation. Like, why would I calculate here if I don't calculate in games, right? No need for bishop f4, because then you are actually allowing me to escape here. That's very important to cut that out. So knight e4 is a must, because that means that the king has to come further out toward the center rather than trying to run to safety. Now, who can find the mate here? Thank you. Bishop f4 is Matutsky. For this reason, rook e4 was forced. King e4. E5 rather, sorry. There's nothing wrong with that, Z Nation. We are all like that. If you have incredible intuition, you don't need to calculate. Rook takes e4. What? Oh yeah, that was played already. Exactly. Bishop f4 anyways. You need to pursue chasing the king as deep as it goes. That was probably not the right figure of speech there. But the idea is, I always say this to my students, and sometimes they listen, when it comes to a king hunt, the further out you can force the king, the more likely it gets mated. And that is not relative to how much you sacrifice. It's just it. Force the king further out. We have already sacrificed like 7 sets of pieces. So check, king d3, and that actually allows a mate in 2 now. Bishop e3 was Absolutely imperative. And then after rook e3, queen d4, queen b3, this is gonna get mated now. Okay, let's test you out, guys. Who can find a mate? No, I need full sequence. Not just a move. Rook e4 is not mate. I want a full line with checkmates. Bishop e5 is also not mate because I go here. I need a full checkmating variation. Lone friend scores the mate, so it's bishop e5 check, king c5 and rook c3. That's your checkmate. Well done. Okay, let's see another one. Let's go here. This is quite cool, because now you have got many mates, but none of them are with checks all the way. The best one is Brengao! Get out of town, man! That's the fastest mate, actually, and the nicest, too. Bishop d6, and now queen d3 mate is not stoppable. Look at you go, baby! If knight c5, then bishop e5 is a cheeky mate. So knight e5 is best. And then it's a mate in 2 again, the same way how we did it before. Take a bow, Rengao! Well done, dude. Well done. The trickiest mate of all, in my opinion, in this position, which is, by the way, just as effective in terms of speed as bishop d6, is queen b4 check, king d5. Who can tell me the only move for white here that leads to a mate next? It's a non-check. Beacon, welcome in. Yeah, that's all good that you looked at queen b4, but you had to see the move that comes now, which is really, really not that obvious. Yeah, it is b3, which introduces about 7,000 mating 1 threats. And black can't hold all of them. But unfortunately, we had the rather anticlimactic king d3 played in the game. And after queen b3, the game ended with this checkmate. Not bad. Not bad at all, I would say. Excelente! Alrighty, 5 subs and I'm going to give another game. Otherwise, I think I'm going to call it a day. Okay, I found something very cool. No 5 subbies, eh? And I still show you the goods. Unbelievable. You guys are so ungrateful. Alright, here we go. This is technically not... Okay, we... Oh, there we go! There we go. Smurfett, you found the best person to donate that subby to. Thank you so much. You are the reason why I'm going to proceed with this game. Oh boy. Hey, nothing flash here. I'm showing this to you literally for the final attack. Glorious days in the world of chess streaming. Yes, the Bowtie Club, very much. I'm looking forward to the Create Your Own contest. Yeah, go for the shout out, please. By all means. After all, it's only on YouTube, right? By the way, is any of you competing in that? Apart from Smurfette? Who I know is going to. Okay, so I'm literally showing this game to you for what is about to come. Oh, Casual Dad, get out of town. You are not allowed to do that. Far out. Casual Dad, do not be that guy, please. You are already a big supporter. Create your own course chessable contest. The winner gets 5k. Thank you so much. Too kind. So it was a Vienna that was transposed into regular King's Gambit, and White is playing very... Sorry. Black is playing very lackluster chess. And so we have got this very thematic kingside attack going. And at this point I would like you to start throwing in moves for White. Starting with... Casual Dad, to give him some glory for the beautiful generosity that he demonstrated. Thank you, absolute legend. No moves, alright, let's get rolling then. G4 played. Bishop takes c3. Takes. Actually, the only reason why I'm showing you this game, otherwise it's pretty poor, is virtually the final attacking setup. So, moves please. White to move. Let's go. You're not allowed to say 94. I need something else. Oh, there you go, Casual Dad. That's it, baby. That's it, baby. Woo! Bishop a6. GH, of course, is met by Queen f6. Or is it? It is. But what now? The finish of this game is absolutely beautiful. It really is. You are right, Z Nation. My initiative course is partly covering it. Oh, the Bowtie Club is ruining the party. You are ruining my party, all of you. So Rook G1 played. Rook take. Bishop takes. Rook takes. Matutsky on G7. Rook G8 is forced. And I'm very upset about the fact that Bishop takes F7 here is also mate in 13. But hello! That is dedicated to Casual Dad. I mean, what a move to say this.
On your bike. On your bike.
On your bike, baby. On your bike. The idea being that Rook h6 mate is not really stoppable. And the best, probably the most beautiful checkmate is actually this one. Check, check, takes, and mate, because now the bishop is covering G8. Phew, baby. I think that is super sexy. I think that is actually the ultimate note to finish the stream on. Yeah, when the pawns are mating, that's always a sight to behold. Alright, Casual Dad, since money talks, who are we raiding? We have got Nate Brady, we have got the Sharks, we have got Ben and Karen, and we have got Alina. Alina. Okay. Not a problemo, friend. That is incoming. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an absolute delight. If you ask me nicely, I might be back tomorrow with a similar shenanigan. What do you say? Are we gonna party tomorrow with a new opening and beautiful chess? Is it a yay or a nay? Let's freaking go! Alright, catch you later, loves. Bye.